My promise to you in this video is that I will basically convince you to quit your agency or one-on-one coaching / consulting business or freelancing business. And I will also tell you why that will be like the best decision that you will ever make. So how do I know that? Well, because I shut down my agency, and what I'm doing now is 100 times better. And I basically did this in January of 2024, so a little bit over a year ago. And within the first 12 months of shutting down my agency, I made $2 million with a brand new business by leveraging what I learned in my agency. So it's not just that you're completely going to get away from your IP or intellectual property or experience or knowledge from your agency. You can leverage that to then transition into this other thing as well. Because if we're just honest here, right, you're most likely not even happy in your agency or with your consulting business. You know that you're selling your time, you're constantly on calls, you have clients who demand your time all the time, you are on like either onboarding calls or sales calls or service calls or whatever it is, right? It's not scalable. You know that it's not scalable. You've been doing this for a while. Most likely you already have like an agency that's pretty profitable. That's exactly what I had. I started out in a marketplace where I found a problem, I had a solution, a done-for-you service for them, an agency service for them, and I made 50K per month in profit. But it just sucked because I couldn't scale it. I was tired of being on calls. I live in Sweden as well, so I had to do all of those sales calls late at night. My calendar was stacked, and even when I made that sale, right? When I made the sale, I was happy because I got the money coming in. But then pretty much immediately after making the sale, it just shifted directly after that into just anxiety of just, oh, now I have another client I have to serve. Is this even a good client? Are they going to demand a ton? Is it going to be an easy client to work with, or are they just going to churn? And sometimes as well in the marketplace, right, you just can't affect the reason why they're churning. You might have a great service, but in my case, I was helping residential roofing and solo contractors, right, in my agency. And in some states in the US, the winter comes around, you don't have good weather, and they can't replace any roofs. So then they just cancel all of their marketing spend, basically, because they don't replace any roofs, right? So yeah, that's what I want to dive into this video, like why you should shut down your agency or consulting business or freelancing business and what you should do instead. Because it is the traditional route that entrepreneurs normally go through, is that they normally start out with a service, then they transition into a product that's more scalable, which is normally a digital product. That's like the smartest way you can do it because we have internet, right? And then kind of the ultimate step where people go through from this second step that I'm going to talk more about in this video is that you go into software. But software is tough, right? It's expensive. You need to hire engineers. You need to be a really good product person as well. It's not just building the software, but you need to know like what actually to build, right? And you normally become a really good product person by taking the step from a service into this second step. So what is the second step, and what did I do, and how do I recommend that you do this transition, right? Well, it's basically going into the online education space and leveraging everything that you've learned from your service-based business, right? Because either if you're doing one-on-one coaching or if you're running an agency or whatever it is, you've picked up a lot of skills by now, right? You know about how to find a marketplace, right? You're not a beginner anymore, right? You know what it takes to make money. And you know that you need a marketplace, and then you need to find a problem in that marketplace, create a solution for that marketplace, and then obviously have a good solution that gets them good results, because you're also aware of churn, right? You're aware that you can only keep your clients if you have a good service delivery. And to even make this happen, you need to be good at sales. You need to be good at copywriting, positioning your business. And maybe you've even been in the agency space for a while now, where you've gone from 0 to 10, 20K per month, but maybe you've gone to even like 50, 100K per month, maybe even 100K plus per month. And now you've also learned like hiring, building systems and SOPs, and all of that is stressing you out. I know that it's stressing you out a lot. Like I know this guy who made $250,000 per month in his agency, and I started working with him one-on-one, and I helped him to transition over into the online education model, right? He made $250 per month in revenue, but he had like 50K in profits. So he had like 200K in overhead every single month for all the contractors and all this ad spend, all this stuff that he was getting, right? So he generated $250 per month in revenue and kept only 50K. In my agency, I had like 60 to 70, 75K-ish in revenue, and I kept like 50 to 55K per month in profit. And it was just only me with a contractor, basically a media buyer who did the service delivery, but I had less clients who paid me more. So it's just different ways that you can go this. But my point here is that you've gone through this journey, right? And even if you haven't come to that place yet where you start hiring and building systems and SOPs to make it scalable, I didn't even want to go into that place because I was like, first of all, I don't like the industry that I'm in, and I don't want to sell my time anymore. And I don't want to hire a bunch of more people to do the service delivery for me because I was scared that the service delivery is going to be worse and I wouldn't have control over things and blah, 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 right? And I also knew that as I was hiring more people, the margins will drop and I will just have a bunch of more things that I need to keep track of to even make this work. And I was like, I don't even want to run this business in the first place anymore, and let alone like scaling it by building it out even more, right? So my point is that even if you haven't come to that place yet, maybe you're making 10, 20K per month, I promise you, you will come to that place. But it's still a great experience to have the agency model in place. But eventually you will have to transition into this step number 2. Step number 1, selling your time. There's no big entrepreneurs out there in the world that are like selling their time. And if they have created a big business from selling time, then they have like a huge agency. But I don't even know if there are even any like billionaires who runs agencies, like done for you service. Normally right now today it's like software, right? Or they're leveraging something that makes it scalable, right? And when you're selling time, it's very hard to make it scalable and find leverage there because you need like human labor to do stuff, right? And so again, the transition you make is from the service-based business into the product. You need to productize your skills and your IP, going from one-on-one service delivery to one-to-many do-it-yourself, right? And you do that by building an online course, an online education business, and you make it scalable. And then probably your question is, but what should my course be about? And this is honestly the easiest way to do when you have an agency already. Because most people think when they have an agency, including myself, I did this mistake myself as well, is that I had a roofing and solar contractor advertising agency. Then when I was going to go into the online education space, the first thing that I thought that I needed to do, which I actually did way back as well and didn't work out, is that instead of these roofers that I do the work for them, what if I just create a course and they can do the work themselves? Great idea, right? But the problem was that these roofers didn't want to do it themselves. They much rather pay more money to have something to do it for them. And this is what I like. I've been able to work with a lot of agency owners and coaches and consultants now who want to make this transition. And they always think like this, right? They want to take their agency and then create an online course for their agency clients. That's not what you should do. What you should do is that you should take your experience of starting a coaching and consulting business and then teach others to do what you've done. Because if you're running a marketing agency in the roofing industry, or the solar industry, in the financial education space, or you may be helping other types of contractors, or maybe you're working with people who want to start YouTube, or maybe you're a copywriter, or maybe you are a graphic designer or a video editor, whatever it is, instead of teaching your customers who come to you for the done for you service to teach them how to do it themselves, they don't want to do it themselves. That's why they hire somebody to do it for them. But you can teach people who want to become you. You can teach people to start the agency that you've made successful. That's perfect. And if you look at everybody on YouTube right now and the people who sell stuff, what do? They teach business opportunities. Or you can work with agency owners who are in your space, because that's what this guy that I talked about earlier did. He made $250K per month. He's selling to other agency owners and help them scale, right? So he's making $250K per month in revenue, but now he's helping other agency owners who are making like 40 or like, I don't know, 10 to 50K per month, and they want to make 100K a month plus per month. And he's helping them with the systems and SOPs and the hiring and the firing and all of that. And he is selling a high ticket course for that. I think he charges like 10K for something like that. Why is that working? Because there's pain, right? You might think that you're in your 10 to 50K per month agency right now, and you want to take it to 100K per month plus. So you hire somebody like that to make it, to scale it. But my point is that I don't even think you should scale your agency. I think you should take your experience from running your agency, leveraging that, and then teaching other people out there who want to go into the service-based business space, because the service-based business model is extremely attractive. Like, I was in the SMMA space, right? And the SMMA space and starting an agency is extremely attractive for people to start out. Why? Because you can sell your time, right? You can just learn a skill and you can sell it to people and you can get paid every single month, high ticket. It's great to start with. And there's a lot of beginners who want to start in it and they want to learn from somebody like you who've made it successful. And there's so many niches as well in the agency space. Like there's so many different agencies that you can start. So if you can take your experience and your knowledge to teach other people to do what you have done, it's extremely powerful. It's extremely powerful. And I've done this myself. That was the first way that I transitioned from my agency. I started teaching other people how to do a marketing agency like I did. I built a community with tens of thousands of people in it. I became one of the top affiliates for High Level, if you know what that is. Generated millions of dollars in commissions from High Level by just teaching people how to start the agency exactly like I did it, right? So I taught other people how to start. I call it niche or super niche marketing agencies instead of social media marketing agencies. So I helped them to start agencies, and a lot of people did what I did with roofing and solar, right? And this individual I told about before, who now makes $250K per month, and now teaching other people, he went through my free course back in 2022, I think. So that's kind of the mission that I'm on right now with this YouTube channel as well and those videos that I'm making. I want to find you guys, the coaches and the consultants who are just sick and tired of being in this done for you one-on-one space, and you've made it somewhat successful. You're making 10, maybe even 5K per month or 10K per month, all the way up to 100K plus per month. And you're just like, bro, I don't want to do this model anymore. I know exactly how you feel. It's not scalable. You're selling your time. You're constantly stressed out. Even when you go out on vacation, you constantly have to check your freaking email inbox and computer to just make sure that no fires are out. And then out of the blue, a customer emails you and like, bro, like I need to stop this and this is bad. And like you've been providing amazing results for them for like 6 months. And now they're coming back and they're just pissed at you for they got a bad week or something. It's just like, I know that you're tired of it, but you have the golden handcuffs, right? Because you can't stop it because it pays it and you don't know what to do. And you think you need to scale this agency even more. And I'm telling you, no. Keep your agency as it is, or even downscale it and have it there just to be in the marketplace, right? Keep it so that you're just in the space. Maybe you can even hire somebody who runs the agency for you. Give it away to somebody or split it with somebody else. And then you take this IP into the online education space. You teach all of the other people out there in the world who want to start this agency like you've done. And you will be the perfect person to do that because you know how to do it and you're currently running it. So that is the next step. That is what you do. You shut down your agency. You shut down your one-on-one, done-for-you consulting business, or you keep it, but you step away from it. You go into the online education space, and you don't teach your current agency customers how to do it themselves. You teach other people out there who want to do what you have done because you've made a lot of money from it. And with this, you can build a personal brand. You can focus on something that is actually fun, that it's scalable. You don't have to be on calls every single day. If you check my calendar, it used to be stacked with not only sales calls, but onboarding calls and support calls and all this shit, right? Right now, I have 1 call per day in my calendar for 30 minutes with my team. And we sit around and laugh and have fun and just joke around. And then I have like 2 Q&A calls per week as well. 1 for our core product and 1 for our mastermind. And I just talk with our clients, have a lot of fun. Not only am I, and also I have like 85% profit margins now with this because we're getting all of our traffic from organic stuff like this. I don't even get a lot of views, but we fill our calendars. We make sales. I run some retargeting ads. And that's it. That's it. And if you also look at all of these bigger YouTubers right now, a lot of them, some of them have tens of thousands of or hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Some of them have millions. They're not shutting them down. They're keeping them, but they're starting other channels that are business channels that are smaller, but talking specifically to their ICP, right? Their ideal client persona. And they're using that to sell into their high ticket programs. So yeah. I can jump around, like I can talk about this around like forever, but I'm sure you get the point. And hopefully, if you're watching this right now, this is your wake-up call to like, bro, you need to transition from your one-on-one service-based business. That is the next step, right? And the transition there can be a bit scary because you're like, how do I shut down my agency? Or rather, how do I keep running my agency and also start this online education business? And how do I make that in a way so that it works? Like you might not even have time to do the transition you think, and there's going to be a bit pain there because you have to work double. But if you do it the right way, it's very easy to do, or very easy, but you can pre-sell people into an online education business before you even build the product. And that's what this individual did that I've been speaking about in this video as well. 50K in 3 weeks in cash collected, and like 150 in contracts. And we've now helped a bunch of people. If you check out my website, you find the link here in the description or whatever, you will be taken to a page. You can see that I have close to 1,000 5-star reviews on Trustpilot, hundreds of video testimonials. Just go and check it out and just start thinking about this. Hopefully I planted a seed into your head. You need to quit the service-based business, man. You need to quit that, shut that down, and go into step number 2, which is to productize your business with online education. That's how you have impact. That's how you get away from this crazy stress. That's how you make it scalable. That's how you make more money, higher profit margins, have more fun. And you're basically, once the product is done and you make this work, you're basically building a traffic and sales business. No service delivery. The service delivery is done with digital products, with information, with courses. And the support is done one-to-many with Q&A calls. Your objective as the founder is that you can build a founder-led brand, doing simple YouTube videos like this one, to your ideal customer persona, right? Get them to book calls. Then you have a sales team who do the sales for you, and they work on commission. You can travel the world, you can have fun, you can make more money, you can make it scalable, and you have a business that you can work on long term because you actually enjoy it and you're building a personal brand. And then in the future is that you can even take that further into step number 3, which is the software space, right? If you look at people like Sam Alvins, for example, what did he do? Started with a service-based business, went into the online educational space with consulting.com, taught people how to become consultants. He also taught people how to sell courses and sell masterminds. Then he sold consulting.com. What was the third step? Software. Now he's running school.com and future billionaire, if you ask me. But he leveraged all of his different products up until the software industry, right? He leveraged, first he started with an agency business, started a consulting business, then he leveraged that same market to sell a course, digital product, then he leveraged the exact same market still to sell a software. So that's how you do it. That's what you should do as well. And it's about time that you get away from the one-on-one space, done for you service, into more scalable service-based business. And if you want to learn how we do it, go and check it out. I'll see you there.